Guess who's back? That's me. It's me. I actually really wanted to do a really epic montage of me like riding on different vehicles, like a skateboard, a jet ski, rollerblades, some sort of like stunt scene. I was like imagining this in my head when I was on my honeymoon, thinking, how can I do an epic welcome back video? But it didn't happen, purely because I don't have that kind of budget. I'd rather just get it over and done with and just say, hello, I am back from 25 days of being away. And I'm glad that I'm back. I had an amazing time away. I had an amazing wedding. The last video that I put up with me in it, was just before I left, and we got married, and it had the trailer for my wedding video, and then I just had a quick chat. But I'm back. It flew by. It was incredible. So I thought I would just come back and reflect on where I've been, what I did, how it was, etc, etc. So first of all, I got married, and that was fucking awesome. The video is now live. It's the video before this one, which is done by Paper Twin Weddings. That is the highlights of my wedding day. I will be getting like a full-length, feature-length video at some point. I don't think I'm going to upload that because it's going to be like quite long. But yeah, that is the wedding video that I shared with you. After the wedding, we had a few days to just kind of chill, tidy up, unpack from that, and then pack for our honeymoon. So the first leg of our honeymoon was Mexico. I have already uploaded a vlog. I will just kind of talk through like what we did, where we went, etc, etc. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to my vlog channel so you can actually see what we did. So we went to an area called Riviera Maya, which is like we flew to Cancun, and then it's like an hour's drive from Cancun, and we stayed at a resort called Secrets Acamal Riviera Maya, which is the most, like when I entered the reception, I was just like, it's a new resort, it's fairly new, no kids, which is great for your honeymoon, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful, luxurious resort. It was all inclusive as well, and the all inclusive was it was so good. There was loads of different restaurants, all different themes, Italian, Mexican, Asian, French, a steak restaurant, and the food was mwah. Obviously the drinks were all free, and there was bars everywhere. My favourite spot on the beach was just outside like this beach bar which had swings. We would go down to the beach and sunbathe, and every now and then I would just pop up, grab a drink, or if not, waiters or waitresses would come around and ask you what we wanted. I can't tell you how many margaritas I drank over the course of my holidays. But it was a fucking lot. There was pools, like really gorgeous pools everywhere. The rooms were amazing, and we had a swim out room, which meant that we had like sliding double doors, like a balcony bit with a table, and then steps down into this like private pool area, which was the pool was joined to like other rooms, but it was like private because all around the outside were all these tropical plants and palm trees, so it was really secluded, and it was so nice. We used that area for our inflatables, and for like on one of the days we got so sunburnt and I even blistered up. It was gross. It was our first day, we're idiots. So the next day we sort of stayed in our balcony area where it was shaded, and every now and then, I mean I was covered, but every now and then I'd go into my little swim out, so I didn't feel like I'd wasted the day entirely. So we spent the first 4 or 5 days of Mexico like relaxing, swimming, being sunburned, drinking and eating a lot, which was exactly what I wanted and needed. And then the last few days of Mexico was excursions. So we spent the first day at a place called Chichen Itza, which is a huge Mayan temple pyramid, and there we learned about Mayan history. The next day we went to a nature park called Xcaret. It's like a man-made nature reserve. Well, obviously some of it was a lot of natural stuff, but it had a lot of animals. They did a lot of like conservation, butterflies there. Then they had like a natural lazy river that went through caves. We spent the first part of the day walking around, and then we did sort of the water activities. I went diving with stingrays, and that was the fucking scariest thing I've ever done. I thought I don't really like sea creatures that much, and I thought that it would be a good thing for me to do to try and overcome that, but no. You put on these like spaceship helmets, which they're really weird. They're really heavy. They sit on your shoulders on pads, and they have like this bit here, and then they have a handle on the top. And when you climb into the water, basically it's like, you know when you put a glass upside down and you put it in water, like there's still air in it? It's like that, but they do pump oxygen in it, and you climb down these ladders really slowly, and then you grab onto a bar, and you're sort of like So you walk along this like path holding onto this bar, and the stingrays come over and they start swimming around you, and the scuba people, they have like fish, and they bring the stingrays over so you could touch them. And I touched one, like I went like like that in my little thing. I was like, just because Matthew said I had to try and touch it, and I did, and it felt like rough rubber. Every time they brought a stingray over to me, I was going, and I kept letting go of the bar, and they were like, stop letting go of the bar. But that was terrifying, but also somewhat fucking awesome at the same time. Like, even though I was terrified of the stingrays, I also found it really fucking cool. And that was an amazing day at Escaret, and I really, really recommend it. It's kind of like the Disney world of nature. The next day was a super early rise, and we went swimming with whale sharks. Whale sharks are the biggest fish in the world, and they are a type of shark. They're the ones with the giant mouths. Good news, they can't swallow you because their throats are only like that big. They suck in plankton and then they just swallow it. We went in a boat out to where they were, and then we just took it in turns to each dive in. So we weren't going in a big group. The first time I dove in, I completely missed it. Like, I just saw its tail swimming away. The second time I swam, I caught up with it a bit more, and I swam with it. The third time I jumped off the boat and I landed, and then when all the water swirl had went away, I was like on its head. I was like by its mouth, and it was just there, and I screamed and I swam as fast as I could to get out of its way. And then that's where the GoPro footage is of it swimming past me. But it was just there. It was huge, and it was terrifying, but incredible at the same time. That was an amazing experience, and Matthew loved that. Like, that's the excursion that he chose to do. It was amazing. The next day we went to Tulum, which is just down the road from where we were, and Tulum again is like an area of ruins. And then we went to Playa del Carmen, which is a small city, and we did some exploring there and had some lunch, and it was really nice. The day after that we then flew to Orlando, and it's only like an hour flight, which was awesome. Mexico to Orlando in an hour, and there was only a 1 hour time difference also, which is also great. And Ellie and Chad, our best friends, they flew out that day also, and we went and picked them up from the airport, and we stayed in this really cool villa which I got off Airbnb. So for the next few days we were at Disney, and we did Disney and Universal. We did Pandora, which is the new part at Disney Animal Kingdom, and it was their first time in Florida and at Disney, so it was really awesome to share that with them. We spent the last day at NASA, which was so cool. Definitely don't want to go into space. Looks terrifying. We all went to the airport at the same time, but I flew to Vegas, they flew home back to London, and I spent 5 days in Vegas with JBL Fest, which is cool, and that vlog is now up also. Yeah, that's what I got up to. It was a truly amazing time. I feel ready to get back on it in terms of blogging and videoing. I must admit, the build up to my wedding, I was like I wasn't getting lazy, I was just getting really tired and exhausted, and I found it really hard to keep up the work and vlog all the time. You know, I'd lost my momentum because there was a lot of stuff going on, a lot going on in my head. But now I feel kind of rested. I say rested. I was rested, but then we went to Orlando. But I feel mentally like I'm ready to get back at it. I really want to try 100% more. I want to work harder on my blog, like writing, make that more like a magazine, make that really cool. Gonna be back at daily vlogging, so I'm gonna be like vlogging every day. And then on this channel, just continue to do what I'm doing. I really want some suggestions of more stuff that you guys want to see, any video ideas. I do sometimes get bored of doing the same old shit over and over again because I think that everybody else is getting bored of it. Who knows? But yeah, I am back, ready to rock. Thanks for watching, everyone. See you soon. Farewell.